We are live. Mike, you're frozen.
No, I'm not.
You did. Your screen froze. Your voice didn't, but your screen did. That's a hell of a way to go live.
You're frozen, not me, bud.
I'm just old. Good looking, though.
No comments. Anyway.
Go ahead, Mike. Open her up.
Hello! Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Primary Arms. Was that better, John? He said I had very low volume.
Yeah. I have no way of adjusting my microphone.
Yeah, you do.
I gotta find it. That's what it is.
So the three little dots on the upper right-hand corner of your picture. You click on that.
Three little dots up. Okay.
Never mind, that's stop. You got to go into settings.
Oh. Is my audio okay?
Yeah, yours is fine.
Okay, I'm not going to break. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. No, I just had my mic down farther and.
Who the hell is?
Clark W. Griswold says, Jimmy!
Nobody called me that. Jim is the shit, so stop bothering him. Thanks for standing up for me, John. Appreciate that.
He is the shit or he's in the shit?
I hate it when people bust on Jim. Seriously, have a little respect. He wants to bust on my ass all for himself. Nice try, John. Gotcha, you shit. Oh, Paul Loud, he'll never back off me.
No. Anyway.
And by the way, Loud, Sharp isn't going to be here tonight. You could tear him a new one all you want to.
Dun, 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 dun. The nickname has returned.
God.
Were you here when that got dropped? I think you'd left already. That's
Probably.
Your new nickname, Dusty Jules.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not dusty. I keep them freshly lubricated. I'm sorry. This show's getting X-rated more and more. Doggone, Jen Jorgen just came in.
It's awesome. Oh, good grief.
What's the word for those? Reprobate. All the reprobates are on tonight.
That's right. GGW Outdoors is the one that gave you the so. Oh my goodness!
You guys are tearing me a new one, man.
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing about Ken. He says, anybody else notice the amount of stuff behind Mike grows along with the podcast number? Yeah, because I keep getting more of my kids' stuff. Although, to be fair, I did get a new floor cleaner, so that's the box for that. And then the dog decided we're trying a new experiment tonight to see if they stay quiet. So we gave them bones to chew on, but they didn't want to lay on their pillow. So their pillow is piled up there. So, but yes.
Hold on. Mike, you got to carry the show. This is Trumbo.
We're screwed. I got to carry the show.
I told Mike you were calling. We're on the air, and he says, we're screwed.
If I got to carry the show.
Hold on. I go, Jason, I'm putting you on speaker.
Okay.
All right. Guys, this is Trumbo. Another reprobate that came on the air tonight.
So, I don't remember how to get online now.
Online? Or you mean... Michael said...
on the podcast.
Okay. Pay attention to Hangouts. Look in Hangouts, click the link.
so it is telling me that I'm not online.
Well, buddy, I tell you what, you're on the phone. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, I'm actually watching you hold your damn phone out in front of your microphone. So I think I am online.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're actually watching, because this is a
I just
Wi-Fi
texted
call.
it to him.
Okay. Check the link Mike just texted you, Jason. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, friend. Bye-bye. Hey, we'll do anything to get these guys on the air.
Comedy.
Hello, Ms. Kitty. Welcome, dear. Sorry, Sharenda's not going to be on the air tonight, I don't think. But you're welcome anyway.
Miss Kitty, how'd that brake job go? That looked like you were having lots of fun. So, I hate double piston calipers. Anyway.
Double piston calipers. What's the problem with those?
They're just more of a pain to push back in, push the pistons back in.
You have to, because you use a C-clamp.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just use
and a block of metal across both pistons.
You just use the old brake pad.
Well, that works too.
So, anyway. David, they're all dead. They all died.
No, don't say that.
I'm gonna use we like shootings excuse for when somebody's not there. They're dead.
They've been shot.
So
out in the varmint range.
Yeah, I know. Nick's under the weather. Ray's gallivanting around the country. Sharenda's got work stuff to do.
Paul's got health. Well, Paul's
got
here.
something going on.
Oh, there he is.
So, and there's Jason.
There's that rascal right there.
Hi, Jason.
Greetings, Earthlings.
My God, he actually got audio too.
How about that? And it's not echoing. Even freaking better.
He looks like he might even have a studio there. No, he's got a handful of gin. I know that for a fact.
Cheers, baby.
I'm alcohol free tonight. So, anyway.
Thanks, Jason. Seriously.
Yep.
You
Thank
betcha.
you, Jason.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for joining us. So.
Go ahead, Jason. Let him have it.
That's a better. Oh, this is a better comment. Chris Sharp's wife must have seen the great David.
That's what we understand.
Hey, Jason. Jim has a new nickname.
What's that?
Jim has a new nickname created by oh crikey.
Doesn't count if you can't remember.
I suffer from CRS. Piss off. GGW Outdoors gave Jim a new nickname last week. Dusty Jewels.
I hate you, GGW Outdoors.
Wow.
So. Oh.
So do we just call you Dusty for short, or Mr. Jules?
You know, that could be your sass nickname, Jim. If you decide to start shooting sass. GGW Outdoors, I think it was, but if it's not, I'm blaming you anyway. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, shit. You guys are kick my ass for the whole night. Oh, Jorgen, you got it. That's a good one.
Jorgen, as the youngest, I'm the third wheel.
Okay, here's GGW's comment. Gee, thanks.
John
We're going to
Sandloading
star
said it
that
was,
one, GGW.
so
There's
it
a
was,
starred comment right there, buddy.
yeah, it was because of the discussion about scales and having to clean the dust off your jewels.
Well, then I could take the blame for that.
Street name
I could
DJ
take the blame
Small.
for that
Wow.
because I set myself up for it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were talking about
Oh.
scales last week. Jason, you missed it.
A new VD, Dusty Jules. God, you guys are cruel tonight.
That was Alan Kaikakakis. I don't know. I just slaughtered the last name. So
Yeah, it's all your fault, GGW.
Jason, how you been?
Doing well.
How's the shed coming?
It is very close. I'm almost ready to start my reloading room.
Nice. I saw the hoist is in and operational, and it's now is that vehicle going to be a permanent resident on that hoist? Because that's usually what happens a lot of times with that particular brand.
The rule is, if I need my lift, whatever you got on it is off, one way or another.
Well, you got the tractor, so that makes that job a lot easier.
Property.
Yep. So I'm waiting to epoxy my floor before I do anything else.
Right.
And
now, do you have to wait for warmer weather?
I ordered a mini split and I have it, but everything has slowly been coming in, all the components for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get that installed, I'm hoping I can make that happen tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah.
I can get dry heat in my shed and start getting rid of that humidity a little bit better.
Jason, forgive me, but what is it? What is a mini split?
It's a little heat pump.
Oh,
dry heat
for your
sounds
building.
like
Yeah, that way you have
porn
permanent
movie.
heat in your building.
Yeah. So right now I'm using kerosene burner.
Yeah.
And it's gotten it a lot drier, but it's still not dry enough.
What, like a torpedo heater?
Yeah.
Jason, don't use that while you're in there, please. That noisy bastard will kill you. And I do mean CEO.
Yeah.
It will kill you.
Yeah, you got the doors open. So
I usually keep the windows open. But before I started heating it, I walked out there one morning and I had ice crystals all over the light switches and the breaker box cover. And it's like, I got to change this. So I went and bought that heater.
yeah.
Well, please don't run it while you're in there working. Please.
Yeah.
A friend of mine did the same
as long
thing,
as you got
and
ventilation,
he doesn't do it anymore.
As long as you got good ventilation, you're fine. That's the thing, is you got to have the good ventilation.
Well, he didn't.
So
Yeah, he's
running with scissors. Yes, I did pull a permit. So my reloading room, I do believe the size is going to be 10 by 16. That's kind of what I've played with while I'm out in the shop and looking at the floor and whatnot.
Jason, lay out a couple 2x4s for 10 by 16. You know what I mean? Just lay them on the floor. Don't nail them down or anything. Just lay them there and see what you think.
I can't afford lumber, Jim.
Then use chalk.
it's gonna be great foam. So here's something funny to share with everybody. Let's see here.
I see a phone screen with a big old some kind of balloon.
A balloon.
I'm trying to
better on focus, Mikey.
I'm trying to see if I can get rid of the glare, but it's not working. So anyway, Says front row seats to your own private air show, just $99, 16-foot scientific weather balloon. Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw it too.
No, Jorgen. Did you
I
see
saw
Jorgen?
it. Keep your rod dry and your jewels dusted. This is for my Canuckian friend.
Maybe that'd be a good sign off. Keep your rod dry and your jewels dusted.
Now you're making me sorry I invited your ass on. You're killing Mike.
I think I'll use that.
That's
I like
awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
Marissa, they gave me a nickname online. What? Dusty Jules. And that one back there used to be the wife of a Jules Goldsmith. She knows all about Jules.
Well, tell them your new name is Peter. You're driving a Peter car.
She wanted me to tell you the name of her. She bought herself a 2009 Cadillac in great shape.
There you go.
And she came up with a vanity plate name.
Mm-hmm.
PITAMOBL.
If they see that on the road, no, it's me.
Yeah, if you see the word Peter Mobile on license plate, it belongs to that one back there.
Yep.
I'm the one who gave her the name Peter, but she decided to turn it into something special. It is so cute. I've told that story several times. I'm not going to bother with it on the air now. But Jorgen Ragan, you are in fine shape tonight.
Hey, Andy, 79Z28. What do you use to turn your 223 into 300? Since that's what he's working on doing tonight. So, anyway, he's talking about 223 556 brass into 300 blackout brass.
Well, for one thing, you have to trim it. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, you got to trim it down and then kind of resize it.
Loud gotcha.
Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, Harry Potter came and took his wand back, so I don't have it anymore. Maybe this will work. Oh, I can't show this on TV anymore. We'll get banned. YouTube's new crap. So,
what do you want to show? Describe it to me.
my Switch that I got from my dad. So,
oh.
I was going to use that as my magic wand, but I don't think so. Anyway, carry on. So, what you been up to, Jim?
But the only thing I can lay claim to in Guns and Reloading is I got my patches from Patriot Patch Company.
Nice.
Let me bring myself up here. Seeking Love.
There you go.
Yep, party. I should make that. I should make that the picture for tonight for the show. And of course, here's my patch still in the bag, and it counts. There you go, Jason. Bob got you.
Anyway.
Paul Loud. Heck of a nice guy, huh?
You bet.
So I went shoesting.
Oh God. Be still my heart.
Look, I can see through the target. So that's the 22 target. Well, one of the targets. Played with 3 of the rifles. 2 of the 22s that I got from my dad, and then a 22 mag that I picked up at work that I was actually pleasantly surprised with. But
what kind of 22 mag?
I don't even know.
It's not a single 6.
No, rifle.
You'd know that.
No, there was 322 rifles I was shooting. I was shooting my grandpa's. I don't even remember what it was, semi-automatic, something or other. I want to say it was like a Western Field or something.
Oh wow,
And
that's a brand name I
then
haven't heard for decades.
the Marlin lever action 22 that I got. That's a funny story. My uncle was fishing up in the flowage by where the summer cottage is, and they found this in a case, took it home, cleaned it all up, fixed it all up. So, and
Free rifle.
yeah, it shoots fine, shoots great. So, and then handguns, I was shooting my uncle's, then my dad's 45, and then the 22 pistol that I bought. So, to replace one I had to sell a couple of years ago. So, that's a 22 Victory from Smith & Wesson. Really nice. So I got a good deal on it. It's got a threaded barrel. Comes with fiber optic sights. It also comes with a pick rail, so I can swap the rear sight out for a pick rail and then put an optic on it if I want. So, but it shoots real nice. So the unfortunate thing is it's a lot of fun to do a mag dump on. So that's why the target goes from having the center shot to all over the place.
Yep.
So, but it was fun to just get out and get some trigger time. So that was Monday morning for a little bit. So, and then I was working on editing trying to edit a podcast over the weekend, and so. But that's about it.
Which podcast you working on?
I don't remember. I'll put it in the group chat. So,
Okay.
but looks like John's hand loading has been fiddling with a used 550B, trying to get it set up. Needs to get the powder measure dialed in. It's not too bad. If you can hand turn the knob, it's a little easier, but so. But
yeah, they make a nice accessory for that 550 nut or bolt. Actually, it's a fine threaded bolt.
Yep.
And they make some nice aftermarket accessories for that. Where you just press a knob onto the end of it.
Yeah, I've got a 3D printed one that I got from Titan Reloading. So, but so I have Gracie and Ollie in with me this evening, and they're chewing on their bones. Well, Gracie's digging at the carpet for some silly reason, so I don't know what she's doing there.
Nice. I put that up for a second.
Yep.
Thanks, Craig.
Oh, they're fighting over the bones. Anyway, so, anyway, so tonight we're going to go over the reloading process, kind of just the basic process. I got an email from a listener, and I want to give credit to the listener. It was Stephen McCall. So he sent a question, says, what should an ideal case prep sequence be of events operations look like? And he says, below is what I use. I'm wondering if any steps 2 to 6 in particular should be in a different order. So we're going to kind of go over the basics, and we'll see if we need to change any of that around. So Yeah, you're not kidding. They're always conspiring, and you know what they're saying. Right now, Gracie's pissed because Ollie keeps stealing her bone, so I'll have to fix that in a minute. But okay, so first is inspect your brass.
First is actually sorting your brass, making sure you got the right caliber.
So, sort and inspect. Okay.
I'm trying to make Discord shut up. I keep getting chatter.
Well, there you go. All right.
I'm sorry about that. I thought I muted myself.
So I'll read through his list first, and then we'll go from there. So his list is deprime with universal decapper, neck turn, anneal, lube, full length resize, trim, chamfer inside case mouth, chamfer outside case mouth, clean carbon from primer pocket, dry media tumble and walnut hulls and corncob media with polish, pull from tumbler and empty media, clean case mouth with brush, clean flash hole, seat primer, charge with powder, vibrate case to settle powder, seat bullet, and check COAL. So that's his steps. So
there's a very good tip on screen right now, Mike, from West Covina Dodge.
Says, listen to your brass. A cracked one will be out of tune.
He's absolutely right.
Okay.
He's absolutely right. Whether it's a handgun case or a rifle case, if it's cracked, you will hear a difference.
Makes sense.
Started that one. Thanks, West Covina.
So. All right. So our list is going to be sort and inspect.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I've sorted and inspected, then deprime with the universal decapper. We're going to go rifle brass that we're not going to be throwing on a progressive. Okay. What?
Taking a lot of what ifs out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 308 brass.
Yeah, because I mean,
From-
pistol brass. I'm not going to deprime it with a universal decapper because I'm going to deprime it on the machine.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm going to deprime it, sort and inspect. Then I'm going to deprime. With a universal decapper.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
well, that's good because this way, when you do that,
optional.
When you decap early, this way you get a chance to clean out your primer pocket with the tumbler a little better.
Some people are so paranoid about getting media stuck in their flash holes that they refuse to deprime before. So, Justin, you should actually write them all down. So step 2 is optional if you want to deprime with a universal decapper. It's optional. Step 3, clean your brass.
I agree with that because this way, I don't want to get ahead of you, Mike, but this way you leave yourself the option, not an option, you leave yourself the process, the next step to make sure the flash hole is clear.
Yep. Jason?
Go ahead, Mike. Continue with your list. It's good.
What do you think?
What do I think?
I haven't heard anything I disagreed with.
All right, good. So once our brass is cleaned, So, West Covina Dodge says that odd Berdan primer will bend the cheap pin in a universal. See, that's why you get one of these. They're West Covina Dodge. FW Arms. That's why you get one of these. Then you don't have to worry about bending your decapping pin if you happen to throw a Berdan primed in there. Oh my God, Jorgen. Jorgen says, since we're missing Paul Nelson, sort by internal case capacity on a nuclear grade scale, and kneel with the breath of a Hungarian dragon, gently petted, neck turn using obsidian cutters from Mount Doom.
Wow.
Charged with unobtainium and don't measure the group as it will be a perfect hole. Wow,
Oh
Jorgen,
my
you
God.
have been pent up.
Oh my God.
He's on a roll.
Wow. So,
I think Jorgen, just tell us what you really think. My God. He's got a second right there. John's handloading.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think those two need to be starred. GGW Outdoors said when you're priming, when you're decapping, always check for how the primer comes out. If it just pops out easy, the pocket may be worn, and that might be junk. So that's something to think about too. And I didn't think about that. Okay. So number 4, your brass is clean. Oh, you're being paged, Jim.
This is for my Valentine right there. My beautiful brown Valentine. She can't hear you, but you can hear her.
Tell them happy Valentine to them and their family.
They heard
Thank
you,
you.
sweetie.
Thank you.
I got rabbit ears. They said, Jason and Mike said thank you. And she's playing with my bat wings.
Paul Nelson has joined the chat. he fired back at Jorgen. He goes, Jorgen, you're close. You forgot to expand the case with a diamond mandrel.
Oh my God. You guys are terrible tonight.
Oh my God. That's awesome. I needed a good laugh today. Okay, so after you clean your brass, what next? Should we anneal?
No. Let me think. Yes, absolutely. After you clean your brass. The thing is with doing it that way, Mike, you will leave a little bit of a multicolor oxidation on the mouth of the case.
Nah, don't care.
Sorry about the alarm.
No, you're fine. Okay, so then anneal. Then
Bearing in mind, your step is fine. Just bear in mind, you will have some multicolor oxidation at the case mouth, down to the shoulder.
So then anneal, then full length resize. But wait, we got to lube the cases first, then full length resize.
Yeah. Well, after a while, it becomes automatic. I know for a fact you got to lube the cases. I've had too many cases stuck because this dummy here forgot to lube his cases.
Were you here the night? You weren't here that night, were you, Jim? The night I tried to show how to.
I was.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't get a case stuck.
Nope.
I had 7 in one night. It was 308 brass, machine gun fired, using that worthless stuff from Lee Precision made out of water. And well, that's when I went with Jason's advice and got pure straight lanolin. Actually, it was David Corbin's advice because he used that for for swaging bullets. I know, and swaging bullets is much higher pressure than resizing cases, so I knew it would work.
Anyway, excuse me. So lube the case, then full length resize, or as Paul Nelson said, resize the body and then with a bushing bump die, then size with a bushing bump die. However you want to size. So size the case. I'll just put that.
Well, another thing too you might want to do is take one case, size it, and all that, clean it up, and then see if it fits your chamber. Empty case, I'm saying, be careful. Make sure it fits your chamber. Make sure you on a bolt gun. Make sure you can close the chamber up nice and secure. You don't want to leave it too long.
Well, see, you still got to trim it, so we'll get to that later.
Okay.
So size your case. Next up, check the length and see if you need to trim it.
Agreed. Trim it. If you trim it, you have to deburr the inside, deburr the outside, and chamfer the inside.
Yep. Unless you have a trimmer that does it all in one shot.
Well, it's still doing. We're not eliminating that step. It's just doing it all for you at one time.
Hey, Paul Nelson, we're doing an overview, not step-by-step detail. So, yeah, check the oil and see if you need to trim it. If needed, trim.
What do I check it with, Mike?
Tape measure.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I think he answered. I had a different answer. It was not appropriate in any way, shape, or form.
I know where that was going. It would be something like this.
Nope, lower.
I know. Bunch of perverts tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Yardstick from David Campbell.
That's right.
No, you use your dial calipers, your digital calipers, whatever you want.
Yep.
We don't want to get into that discussion tonight about battery versus analog.
Right. So, but yeah, I mean, we're just going overview, so we're not going to go into details on tools and blah, blah, blah. So if needed, trim, then chamfer as necessary. So now we have it resized. It's the proper length. Now what?
Well, you said you to check chamber fit later, and now would be appropriate time. Or you can actually make yourself a dummy round and check it that way.
Correct.
Both ways, either one. The dummy round gives you the advantage of making sure your brass isn't too thick that your bullet won't seat because the neck's too big.
You're correct, sir.
But with this is making a dummy round is actually not really part of the reloading process. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Because you've got to check that chamber.
Mm-hmm. So, well, making a dummy round is more the process of setting up your press. So theoretically, at that point in time, you would have checked to make sure that it fit the firearm. So this is just the process of reloading itself, not including press setup. So theoretically,
Okay.
you make your dummy round when you set your press up.
It's so difficult anymore. We've gone over so much material over the years that sometimes it's hard not to go off onto the tangent. Because Jim, stay on topic. You've never seen me say that, have you, Jason?
Anyway.
No.
So, don't look at the comments. Eric Smith has a legit question, though. He says he wants to know what chamber gauges you suggest for go no go. I'm guessing is what he means. Eric, please. Are you talking about go no go gauges? So, okay. So if needed, trim then chamfer.
We did that.
So should we include cleaning your primer pocket with clean your brass?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a step that can be taken later or taken before, just as long as it is done before you see the primer.
Right.
You
Okay.
can do it in the beginning.
Right. So, okay. So if needed, trim then chamfer. So now our brass is all the correct size and everything. It's good to go. Time to start seat primers, I would think. Unless there's another.
There's only one. There is a bit of a tangent there, okay? And that would be checking primer pockets to make sure they're not crimped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crimp removal.
Could you include that in the inspect?
You could for that, but crimp removal would have to be included in the process. This is only it's only a one-time deal. That's one nice thing about that using GI brass.
Okay, so I put if needed, trim then chamfer. Remove any crimps, any primer pocket crimps if needed.
Mm-hmm. Roddy Ray's in the chat.
Yep, he must be working. What did he say he did? He inspects gentlemen clubs or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where he found candy.
Warehouses, whorehouses, same difference. So neck turn. If you're gonna do, I would say this would be the spot. Check for concentricity and turn necks as needed if desired. Because not everybody's that far down the rabbit hole. So, 11 would be prime it. Right? Because we already talked about inspecting. Well, no, because we didn't talk about, we want to, no, because we got to, you did say check the primer pocket. Inspect primer pocket. Okay,
What do
then
we clean
prime the
that primer
grease.
pocket with? Mike, what do we clean that primer pocket with? Soap and water?
You can. And a toothbrush. Or you could use the fancy primer pocket cleaners.
You mean like the little end brushes that RCBS sells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Lemon sold them too.
Now, if you theoretically, depending on how you clean your brass, if you deprime it before you clean it, you might not have to worry about it. So,
Well, I know the wet tumbler people with the stainless steel pins, they say when they decap early like that,
Yeah.
they say it comes out like new brass.
right. So, but yeah, typically I just use the little thing.
Yeah, Lyman sells a scraping tool that comes with their brass prep kit.
Yep, that's what I use. So, so yeah, you can use that. Other people, old screwdrivers, like those pocket screwdrivers, all sorts of different things. Running with scissors says he uses a primer pocket gauge, especially when picking up range brass. Makes sense. And so what that is that's going to measure to make sure your primer pocket's not too deep or too wide. So that would be part of the inspecting the primer pocket. Any idea what size pins are on a primer pocket go no go gauge? No, sir.
Measure a new primer.
I am not sure, sir. Travis might be the one to ask. So, okay, so we prime the case. And then we charge the case. And what does that mean?
Pour some powder in it. Some of that bullseye powder. That sounds like pretty good stuff.
Yep.
In a rifle case. Don't do that, folks. You know I'm pulling your leg.
I said charge the case. Put the correct amount of powder in for the load.
And the correct powder, too.
Yep. Next to be, it's a rifle case, so seat the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And then crimp if desired.
Well, how deep are you going to seat that bullet? Just barely so it's engaged in the brass, or are you going to, maybe you want to stuff it into the rifling, or how you want it a little bit of, what do they call it?
Well, you already figured that out. You already figured it out when you set up your press.
Okay.
So, seat the bullet and then crimp if desired. So we have sort and inspect, deprime with universal decapper, optional. Clean your brass, anneal. Lube the case, size the case. Check the OAL and see if you need to trim it. If needed to trim, then chamfer as well. Remove any primer pocket crimps if needed. Check for concentricity and turn nexus needed if desired. Inspect primer pocket. Prime the case. Charge the case. Put the correct amount of the correct powder for the load. Seat the bullet. Crimp if desired. So I think that's a quality. So quality setup. Agreed.
I'm having too much fun watching the side chat. We have got a load of characters tonight.
Yes, we do.
Your process sounds pretty good, Mike, for general reloading.
Yeah, it's just an overview. We're not going into detail. So, and we're assuming, excuse me, we're assuming the press is already set up. So, My dictionary didn't like the word decapper. Anyway, so
Well, certain words have to be coined for the language we use.
yep. Dirty around Iotas. All right. So I think that pretty much covers that. Now, obviously, sort and inspect, there's things that I mean, we could go through this entire list and we could come up with a couple of details for every single one of them, at least. Sort and
Yep.
inspect, look for cracks, dents that are creased, check for potential case head separation, that type of thing. This is just an overview. So that's kind of why we're dealing with that. I mean, we'll go into more detail as we're actually going through the process, which we are planning on starting next week. So Ray said that I believe Nick has reloading cards with many of these steps on the back. He can supply to chat. Maybe Nick can chime in. So.
Running with scissors, since we're at the end of the list.
Ask your question.
If Mike doesn't mind, go ahead and
No,
throw
go
your
ahead.
question up there. Please.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and throw your question up running with scissors.
Uh-oh, Jason. You better get a hold of the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Your ice cubes are too noisy.
I was thinking I've got some steaks sitting out on the smoker. I might need to be checking here shortly.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to cover a couple of questions that have popped up in the chat and bullcrap. So if you got to scoot.
Okay, I'll scoot. I'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for coming
us.
on, Jason. We really appreciate it.
You bet.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Back to the two original show people.
Look how far we've come.
436 at 50 shows a year. That's almost damn, Mike. That's almost 9 years.
It will be in about a month.
9 years we've been doing it, but obviously we've 9. Yeah, never mind.
9 years ago, middle of March is when the first show came out.
Yeah, but that was you by yourself. I was there for show 2.
Yeah, show 2 I think was April or so. We weren't weekly back then, so.
No, because you asked me to start coming on with you every other week, and we just realized we could definitely handle every week. And I love what we did. I love what we do.
Yep.
So do you. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it.
Yep.
This is one night a week. It's sacred to me. Nothing gets in the way of this. Not even Valentine's Day. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
So, Running with Scissors said, are Redding steel pistol dies 38-357 interchangeable? They have different manufacturer numbers.
Well, I know that 38 special ammo can be made with 357 dies, at least sizing. I better not give it a blanket statement and say Redding 357 seating dies can seat bullets in 38 special amp brass, but it probably can. I'll go that far. And so the answer to your question is give it a try. Try it with the dummy round, though, please. Don't waste powder. Don't waste primer. But I'm pretty sure that Redding's run by a pretty smart cookie, a personal friend of mine. And one time a guy told me you couldn't load 38 on 357 dies. And I never listened to a word he said again. But his name was not Robin Sharpless. Robin runs Redding pretty well, and I would bet you anything. I would bet a week's pay that 38 and 357 can be interchanged. Mike, you're muted.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I said I'm looking to see if there's anything in catalog. So,
The manufacturer numbers, it could refer to the date that the die was actually turned. I wouldn't know. That's why I never got into details that deep with Robin.
hang on just a second. I got to deal with the dog's problem here.
And Justin Eric, your comment about tipping and trimming your bullets before seating them, that's advanced reloading. We're trying to stick with the overview tonight, okay? Appreciate your question, though, sir. And David Campbell, what is used for checking 410 reloaded ammo? Well, David, my first guess is I'd try to use my calipers. Yeah, I mean your dial calipers, your digital calipers.
I guess what are you checking is the more important question.
Yeah, 410 reloaded ammo. That would be like 410 shotgun, right?
Right.
Because that is a gauge. That's a bore size, not a gauge.
Right. So,
You're welcome, RWS, running with scissors. GDW Outdoors has got it exactly right. The real difference between 38 and 357 is length. 357 is about a tenth of an inch long. About, I say, a tenth of an inch longer. Check your book for your specs.
I'm scrolling through the catalog now.
The Reading catalog, right?
Yeah. Just double checking to make sure there's nothing in the catalog that says it.
Mike, I'm going to put Dave Campbell's comment up mostly as a reminder because I want you to take an issue with that question.
So, I mean, there isn't all the extra crap like there is for brass for shot shell reloading. I mean, you're not adjusting your shot shell press for seating depth and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, the press is set up for the height it's set up for, and it's either like say 12 gauge or, you know, like some of the mechs you can adjust. You can do 2 3/4 and you can do 3-inch. And then you can get adapters to do other stuff. I think for the 410s, it might be either straight 2.5 or straight 3-inch. So there is the only thing you would have to worry about is if you're roll crimping it, then you would have to then you'd have to check on the specifications for the overall length. So good grief.
Thank you, Mike. Mr. Campbell, the reason why I had Mike answer the question is because I've never loaded a shot shell in my life. And I knew I was going to spot a bunch of baloney if I did say so. I know Mike has done a lot of shot shell reloading. So there you go. You got an expert right there. He used to reload for his son's trap shooting. Well, I might have the sport wrong, but I know he reloaded several thousand rounds of shot shell for his.
No, you had it right. So,
in the competition. Go ahead, Mike.
So Reading has a 38 special set of dies, a 357 Magnum set of dies, and then a set of dies for 38 special 357 combo. but there is no denotation on why. So it's the Series A dies. So but yeah, it doesn't say why. And Gracie's having a bad day.
Mike, I'll be right back. I'm not signing off, but I will be right back.
Okay. Come here, Gracie. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not sure. There's nothing in here that says why they have. No, it's a complete set that's different. That's the thing, is if you look at the Series A running with scissors, literally they have a separate sizing die for each and a different seating die for each and a different expander die for each. So I'll message Robin or have Jim message Robin. We'll find out and post it in Discord. So, but yeah, I mean, literally. And the goofy thing is, the ones for the 38 Special are all different from the 357 Magnum. And then each of them are different numbers from the 38 357 combo. So that's even more weird. But yeah, so that's the thing we got to check. Could be. Paul Loud said, assuming the 38 Special is set up so you can get it, you can set it to touch the shell holder. And Jorgen said, Mike forgot to get Gracie anything for Valentine's Day, and she's been whining you now all night about it. No, she's been whining because her Jack brother keeps stealing her bone. So David, I remember meeting you in Vegas. So all right. Which would not size 357 all the way. That would make sense. So as opposed to having universal sizer that does both. Anyway. Excuse me. So that answers that question. Patrick Sear wants to know, Sire. Sorry, I mispronounced it. If I did, you guys might not have covered this, but what's the best primer pocket cleaner for military rounds? Found a lot of problems with finding a good tool to clean that crimp out and get a clean prime.
Yeah, you mind if I handle that, Mike?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Sarah, the thing is, what you're talking about is two separate operations. Cleaning out the primer pocket. If I'm going to do it, what I like to do, what I did start out years ago, was to take my RCBS end brush, which is a primer pocket cleaner, and I use that in a cordless drill. Exactly what I use it for. And now that's for cleaning out the primer ash. But to remove the swage, I use my the swage and crimp. Or I'm sorry, remove the crimp. I use my primer pocket swaging tool, and it actually moves the metal away. It doesn't cut any metal away like a countersink will. It actually removes it. So it's two separate operations. I hope that answers your question. If you have further questions, please feel free.
Anyway. Yeah, so
good one, Mike. Good slap at Jorgen.
Anyone try tumbling brass in rice? No.
That sounds like a.
I would think that the rice would break apart.
I don't think it would do anything.
Yeah, I don't
Because,
know.
well, I know one thing you don't want to tumble it in.
Corn?
No, sand. You just dared Jorgen Dragon to say his piece.
Yep, I did.
One thing you don't want to tumble your brass in is sand because it's abrasive and it will ruin your cases.
And how'd you find that out, John? Jim?
The hard way. It was an experiment that went wrong. Really, really wrong.
Yeah, it did.
You remember that dumb shit, do you?
Yes, I do.
Folks, you have to go through the archives to find this because I have no idea when we did it, but I admitted to Mike one night. I tried an experiment.
That was in the first 50 shows, I think.
I admitted to Mike that I put sand in a plastic bottle and put the lid on it nice and tight, taped it on because I was afraid it'd be knocked off. And I tied the damn bottle to the wheel of my Volkswagen Rabbit. Shows you how far back that was. And I drove the car. That thing wobbled and bounced all over the damn dirt road. Brought the brass home. Scratched, ruined, filled with sand. I wouldn't put that brass in my sizing die to save my soul unless I wanted to buy a new sizing die. Well, if Craig's NMZ is referring to my trick with sand,
I think you're talking about rice.
Okay, well, that's fine. But anyway, no, you're welcome, Mr. Sir. But anyway, the thing is with the using sand, it damages the brass, and that brass is going to grab a hold of several sand granules, and you will ruin your die.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, using sand is just like using sandpaper. So if you want to see what it looks like, grab some 80 grit and run it on the outside of the brass, and away you go. So.
Yeah. Oh, that crap will sue.
Mm-hmm. So. I don't know. For dry tumbling, the lizard bedding is about the best bang for your buck. It works a lot better than the corn cob. It's not as dusty as the corn cob.
And you can also put additives in it, like you could put
new finish,
what's that
stuff?
Polish. New finish, right?
Yep. People use jeweler's rouge as well.
Yeah, you can do that. Only thing is with jeweler's rouge, you can't put the whole cake of rouge in. No. You have to put it in some kind of solution, or either that or buy the dust.
Yep. Just grab your pocket knife and whittle it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. Justin said he learned it from Eric Cortina. Well, if Eric's doing it, then cool. Eric's pretty reputable, knowledgeable person, so I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm not gonna try it, but
try what?
Tumbling in rice.
Oh,
because I have walnut, but so I'm gonna go open that door quick, and then I'll be right back and answer that question.
Well, Patrick Sears got another valid question. How's you guys feeling on Hornady one-shot case lube? He's been using it, but find that the unique has been working a bit better than he's asking for thoughts. I'm not sure what he means by the unique. The unique is to me, unique is a propellant. Handgun, shot shell, even mild rifle cartridge propellant. But in Mike's case, he likes one shot, but you have to let the stuff dry once you spray it on. You don't spray it and immediately put it right back on. Put your
Right.
brass into the sizing die.
Correct. So,
Mike, you want to take and get into that part about the unique? I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Unique's a case lube, kind of like the Imperial sizing wax. So,
thanks, Ray. Nice to see you out there, Roddy Ray.
So, I mean, Unique. It's like Imperial sizing wax. It's except for my understanding, Unique's not quite as paraffin-like, I guess you could say. It's a little more of a creamy paste. So, but yeah, what I'll usually do is, John's hand loading said it is waxy, so it is like Imperial. So, okay. I've never used the Unique stuff, but I've heard it works pretty good. So, but yeah, with the Hornaday one shot, I don't know how many thousands of cases I've used. I'm on my 4th can. Never stuck a case. So, but I always let it dry for at least an hour.
Guys, you got to look back for the podcast where Mike tried to stick a case.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
He tried sticking a case several times, put a dry case up into the dye.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stick.
So.
And me, one night, I was reloading machine gun brass. First time reloading it. First time resizing it. Machine gun fired 308 brass. Here's a round of it right here. Dummy dead round. No brass, no primer. No powder, no bullet. The brass is here. Anyway, 7 times in one night, I stuck my case.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, the air was rather blue and profane that particular night around my face.
So yeah, Justin said it's from a few of his podcasts on his YouTube channel that he has used rice as a tumbling agent. So, all right, cool. I guess, if that's what you got, then game on. So I don't know. I guess I'd have to check, and I'll message him and see.
Mike, John's hand loading has an explanation why you couldn't stick your cases that
night. No, we actually clean the dies.
Don't mind me. I'm getting a chuckle out of this. Jim said he renamed them their cases. Okay.
But John's hand loading says he uses the Frankfurt Arsenal spray lube. Basically, it's like the Dillon lube, alcohol and lanolin. So, but I was just moseying over to Eric's Facebook page to see if he's got anything on there.
Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn's got a question, and the question is, does sticking a case damage or skew the expander ball? It can if you mistreat it.
Yep.
If you have to withdraw the expander ball as much as you can out of the die, out of the stuck case. You'll feel it back up. You'll feel it hit, top out. When you do that, though, then you drill and tap the case. Ruin the case. It's scrap anyway. Oh, that kind of rename. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, we'll get to that one. Anyway, Michael, the thing is, you can't skew, bend, damage your expander ball. I've done it. I had to buy a new one. But anyway, you take an withdraw your expander ball out of the case as far as you can. It won't come out all the way. But then you drill and tap it and you bring it out the other way. And when you do that with the stuck case removal kit, it will pull it down off of the expander ball gently. Running with scissors. Thank you. I appreciate the nice way of saying it.
Ray Rowden said on Amazon 10 pounds of lizard litter is cheaper than 10 pounds of rice. So,
oh yeah, well, anything food stuff is getting crazy out of sight.
right? So, oh my goodness, they're getting worse. I think we should
Sure.
wrap. So
We got a handful tonight.
yeah, we do. So this week at Primary Iron
Sorry.
is the big sales events. So yeah, you got to watch out for that ALX, Jim.
Oh my God. John's handling, you are despicable, sir.
So
You get a star just for that. A blue star. Oh my God, you guys are despicable tonight. Greg, you're even worse.
oh my goodness. Anyway. Yeah. Well, David, all it's good because we're working on wrapping it up. So.
Yep, I agree.
All right. So Primary Arms is having a sales event this week. So swing over there, check them out. Check out those new SLX binoculars. They've got the SLX and the GLX 10x42s. SLX are $129.99 and the GLX are $259.99. Basically, the difference is better glass and a magnesium body with a rubber overmold for the GLX. Brand new. I've heard lots of good things about them from the people that actually stopped by and looked at them at SHOT Show. So, unfortunately, our gang never really got close to the Primary Arms booth because it was pretty busy. So, swing over there, check it out. Remember, they carry a lot of reloading equipment too. So, but yeah. So, primaryarms.com. And as Jim was showing off earlier, here is your lovely Patriot Patch Company. Patriot Patch Company.
Wait a minute,
Patch
Mike. Let me bring you in. Zoom me in.
Patch of the month.
Yeah, Seeking Love, Valentine's Day.
So
looks like a well, I can't call it a law rocket because it's quite different, but it looks like a tow rocket.
yeah, it almost
POW.
does. So
Tactical optical wire guided. That's what it was.
yep. So yep, this is the February patch of the month. Dang it. So wow, I don't need that be looking that big anymore. Swing over to Patriot Patch Company, patriotpatch.co. If you want to be a Patriot or if you want to be a Patch of the Month club member, you can do it through them. Or if you want to help with the podcast at the same time, you can check out the show notes, hit up our Patreon link, and sign up for the Patch of the Month club level. You get a Patch of the Month and help out the podcast. So. No, Jorgen, it's wooking for nub. Damn it. Anyway, just remember, for $99, you too can have your own private air show if you buy a 16-foot weather balloon. Oh, that's funny. That's even funnier. Oh my goodness. So Yeah. Thanks to Primary Arms and Patriot Patch Company for being sponsors of the show. Thanks for all our Patreons. Jim, you got any shout outs?
Just you despicable characters in the channel. God love you all.
Yep. So,
And thanks, guys. You really make the show worthwhile
indeed.
and fun, too.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And on that note, keep your brass shiny.
What was that tagline Jason wanted about Dusty Jules?
I don't know.
Something about keep your rod stiff or your Dusty Jules dry.
Keep your rod lubed and your
Never mind. Support the Second Amendment.
keep your rod dry and your jewels dusted.
Okay, something like that. Don't let your jewels get dusty. Say that fast 7 times.
No.
Anyway, support the Second Amendment 2A all the way, guys.
That's right.
It's a right to your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. It's our future. It's
That's
the
right.
freedom of America.
That's right.
The backbone, and the Second Amendment is the backbone of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution.
Yep. Just in the famous words of Paul Loud, lube it before you stick it. Oh, man. If you're struggling, 1-800-273-8255 or 988 on a mobile phone. We need you here. We want you here. It may be a bad season you're going through, but get a hold of the people that can help you get through this season. So, all right, gang. Good night, all. Thanks.